When I stepped into the office yesterday, the manager said, "Step into this room, please. We're having a random drug test." I said, "Okay, but I won't try meth." I mean, that stuff seems horrible. If you get addicted to it and you lose your teeth and all that. So that's all good. Welcome to Shave&Butcher for the traditional Wednesday shave. Today I'm shaving with a, if I can try not to drop it, Japanese razor made from Swedish steel. This is a BABA razor. This is fantastic. Look at the condition of this thing and look at how hollow it is. For barber's use, it's called 862. Know what that is, should be all good. And another shave with Apricot Pie that I picked up from Pastor's Pharmacy in New York when I was there. And this is a special collaboration between Master Soap Creations in South Africa and Pastor's, and it's beautiful. It's supposed to smell like Christmas, I think. Apricot, almond and vanilla. It's quite fantastic. I got a comment on a video when I used the Wickham soap, perhaps, about the fact that some soaps, don't stay in the container. So the question was, is there not a hot pour? I mean, I don't know exactly how you make soaps, and I can agree. It's a little bit annoying when, when they dry, they shrink a bit and then they don't stay put. It's not the end of the world, but it's, if you could do without it. I'm going to use the board brush again. I don't know if I'm still breaking this thing in. It's starting to be really good. But I remember HD Shaves said he had one of these, and it took him at least 50 shaves to break it in. Now I've speeded the process up by a lot of soaking and a lot of drying and using a hair dryer and all sorts of crazy stuff you do in the wet shaving world of madness. Yeah, I went rogue on that one. People say wet shaving is not a dangerous hobby. No, just look at the things we do. Sometimes we change hands when we shave. You remember the time when YouTube was all about, what do you say? God, early morning today. Challenges, tag videos is what I was looking for. For a while there were a lot of tags. I think tagging or making tag videos is a thing that goes in waves because people get tired of it. But it was things like shave with your non-dominant hand and shave with 2 razors at the same time. I kind of liked that one. Do the most low budget shave you could ever do. Things like that. Straight razor shavers, use a DE, or mix your own soap from using 3 different soaps, or stuff like that. Now I see more theme weeks, especially on Instagram. So I never follow these things, but a fruit week or kill soap week, stuff like that, which is fun, and that means, I guess, people outside YouTube can participate, which is good. Shit, I overloaded this like a madman, so we'll be here for a while as we mix things up, mix water into the soap. And I could save this and use it all week long, I think. But. So tag videos. What did you think about that? Was that interesting? I'm not starting any new ones because I know a lot of YouTubers are tired on them, especially people who've been around for a few of these tag video waves. But sometimes they're fun to make. I think it stopped when enough tag video projects failed to generate interest amongst the YouTubers. But perhaps you guys looking, if you're not a YouTuber, swallowed a bit, appreciate it. I don't know, let me know what you think. I'm not saying I'm gonna start any tag initiatives just because you're interested. I'm just curious, just making conversation, boys and girls. This smells so lovely. I've tried one more of the Master Soap Creations. Would you look at that lather? Jesus, wow. It was one I borrowed off Niklas Gudmundsson, and it was forest fruit scented. I can't remember what it was called. Ruby something, maybe. It smelled very well as well. Okay, put some Swedish steel to the Swedish skin. See what happens. Snowing again today. My God, we thought summer was here and it's gonna be cold and snowy all the way to Easter apparently. Now look at that lather. Boom, shakalaka, drop to the sink. Another thing I was thinking of is hobbies. People, especially guys, seem to have a lot of different hobbies. So I'm guessing a lot of you have wet shaving as a hobby, but what other hobbies do you have? What do you do, if you don't mind? You don't have to say, but if you don't mind, it's always fun. Maybe I'll get some good ideas. So I don't have to bore my wife with my presents or save too much money, need a hobby to keep busy and, you know, have something. Shit, I just got water onto the pin. That's stupid. You don't want water in here because it's very difficult to dry off, and this is carbon steel, so it can rust. No good. And when people start talking about hobbies, you know, you're at a dinner or something, oh, what's your hobby? As passionate as you are explaining that your hobby is traditional shaving, yeah, it really is difficult to make it sound intriguing. I mean, guys, one or two will think, wow, isn't that dangerous with a straight razor? And then you say, no, not really, and then that's the end of the conversation. So people have some cool, fascinating hobbies. This razor is so good that when I go against the grain, I can't feel it. I can hear it. I damn well can pretty much not feel it. Fantastic. I'm holding my finger down here to make sure the skin is stretched a bit, not too much. I stretch it as much as it wants to be stretched, which is more and more every day. Believe me. You don't want to stretch too much because then you can hurt yourself, but keeping it taut is good. It's just such a joy to shave with really good equipment. That goes for a lot of things in life. It's like if you're building something, or I guess making music, or whatever you do. Speaking of hobbies, having good gear is a treat. If you can afford it, I guess some hobbies can be quite expensive. Working from home today, but I have meetings on the old computer. That's how we do it nowadays. So I still need to look decent. I know some of you watch videos on your television or big screen, which is intimidating. I usually watch on my phone, so I can barely see what people are doing, and to be honest, I mainly listen because I tend to watch YouTubers that talk quite a lot. So I don't watch them to learn much about, to learn by observing. But some of you degenerates watch on big screen, which is, so you can see the pores and the nostril hairs, and it's scary. I wonder how many have video calls, like work calls, on the big screen. That's a bit intimidating as well, isn't it? So, even though I'm not in the office, I better shave. This is my thinking anyway. So I shave, and I started wearing a tie to work again. It's just me and one other guy who do that. It's nice. I found all my ties when I was cleaning out the wardrobe. I never used to wear ties when they went out of fashion before. 10, 15 years ago. I wore them all the time, 20 years ago. So clean shaven and a tie, At least you can look good, right? Maybe you don't do good or do too well, but you look good failing at work. Why not? All things being equal, why the heck not? BABA razor, fantastic stuff. Really, really good. Okay, rinse that off. Matching aftershave would have been a bit too much, because it smells fantastic, but I don't want to smell like food. Then again, I've got it here somewhere. Voices from House of Mammoth. It smells like food, mango sticky rice. And the aftershave does as well, but it's really, really nice to have on. Actually, mind you, perhaps I'll put that on if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Voices. going to use that as an aftershave. I had a whole different plan, but speaking of it, no match with Apricot Pie, but the scent of the soap goes away quite quickly. So I'll smell like, yeah, this is great. I didn't love it at first. It's an acquired scent taste, like most good things in life. It takes a bit of time to learn it. You know, food, for me, food is the same. Liver, foie gras, oysters, when you're young, you typically don't like it until you've tried it enough, and when you get the taste for it, it's marvelous. Same thing with some scents. That's it. Wednesday shave done. Check out Master Soap Creations, an apricot pie, or another offering that they have. It's really good stuff. It's a tallow soap that has a lot of stuff in it, avocado oil and bentonite clay and all the good stuff. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you in the next one. Meanwhile, stay sharp.